It's 7:31 p.m. and I'm the last person in the office. But instead of leaving, I'm standing in front of the elevator with a box of paper clips in my hand. Ready to go? A coworker of mine, Ray, asked me. He's keeping the elevator door open for me, and behind him are Megan, Carla, and Marcos, all who look tired from working so late today. The first time this happened, I opened my mouth to say yes, but then suddenly I changed my mind as I remembered my resolution to lose a few pounds. Back then I said, "No thank you, I'll take the stairs." But this time I don't say anything. "Suit yourself," Ray says, as if I had already spoken. He releases the door, but before it can close, I toss in the box of paper clips, and it lands on its corner and the lid pops off, scattering all of its contents like a paperclip grenade. And then the door slides shut, and I'm suddenly alone again. No one in the elevator thought that this was weird. In fact, they didn't even notice. I've done this little experiment many, many times, so I'm not surprised that they didn't react. I'm also not surprised to look over and see the box of paper clips right back on my desk as if I had never picked it up. My other experiments end the same way. I've blocked the doors, I've shouted, and I've begged. I've even grabbed at Ray's arm, but nothing makes any kind of lasting difference. My coworkers never respond, and everything resets. I always end up alone in the office, at least until the elevator reappears and Ray asks if I'm ready to go again. I've gotten tired of experimenting, but there isn't much else to do around here. The phones and radios and the fire alarms don't work. All of the computers are frozen. I found a cheap romance novel hidden in Megan's bottom drawer, but I know how it ends. I ought to know, as I've already read it about 30 times. Even if I actually do take the stairwell, it's like walking into an MC Escher print. However many flights I descend or ascend, every door brings me right back here to the 40th floor. Of course, I could always join my coworkers in the elevator. I remember once, when I was a kid, I was feeling morbidly curious, so I looked up elevator accidents and found out that they were actually incredibly rare. Elevators are probably the safest method of transportation in the world, since they basically cannot just go crashing to the ground. You're about 1,000 times more likely to die on a staircase. But even though I know that, I also know this. Each time that the elevator leaves, if I put my ear to the door, I can hear the receding screams of my coworkers echoing back up the shaft. And that's why it's always 7:31 p.m., because I was supposed to be with them. Looking up from the paperclip box, I see the elevator has now returned. "Ready to go?" asked Ray. Eventually, I know I'll say yes.